welcome to Crossways, everybody. Me and Steph just watched the game, and we thought, let's jump on and chat about it.
What's your first initial reaction, Ian?
I think on the way City played, because remember I sent you that in the group saying, what's City's plan? Because it just seemed like they weren't trying to play through us. Then you had Viv and Jill Rould kind of in a double 10 and Viv kind of dropping in 8. We didn't know how to deal with her, to be fair. But I did in the first half, I didn't see anything from them. And then all of a sudden, when Kyra got dispossessed, I'm thinking, okay, I get it now. Because what they were doing, what I thought they were doing really well was when they saw the opportunity, they closed people down really, really well, like swarmed them.
Yeah, that was the difference from Sunday, I think, in terms of just being in and around Arsenal a little bit more. And Arsenal did it to Man City on Sunday, to be honest. But I think City, my initial reaction is that the better team won tonight. Even in terms of creating chances, just being a little bit more aggressive than we used to. And I do think that putting Viv in the 10, I think she played really well on Sunday, to be honest. But I think you're right in the terms of that midfield with Leah Wrighty, Manham and Cooney Cross. I don't really know.
It didn't gel.
They didn't really know what they wanted to do really with her. And also the press from Arsenal wasn't as good as Sunday.
No, weren't good at all. And I thought Kyra, the thing with Kyra needs to be getting the ball when she's had a look around. She can turn, she can get on the ball, she could turn, and she can see bodies. But if you're going to get Kyra receiving the ball when you've got a size of a Jill Rould maybe coming down on you, or Vivian Miedema coming down on you, or so, it's going to be tough for you to try and get your touch right, to fight off that much strength, and then to try and get the ball to somebody. And I thought that our midfield, it didn't really work. And even if you're going to play Stina up front, then you've got to try and hit her. So I thought that they done it well again, City, when either Lotta or Leah got on the ball, they were going across really quickly. I thought that some of the distribution as well, Leah's, some of the passes were really off key tonight. There's too many players, I think, off key a bit tonight.
I think it's hard as well, but I think for me, Wrighty, I think for City to have a reaction like they did, especially after Sunday, that was a performance where you've got a group of girls that are really honest and they want to win so much and they want to get to a final. It has been a rough few weeks for the club, but ultimately they're in the League Cup final now, which is amazing. It's a chance of winning a trophy, but I think ultimately Mary Fowler was probably the difference today for City in terms of, even though she missed the penalty, which was a debatable penalty for probably both teams, which was similar to Sunday, but I feel as though Mary, I think she now has to keep a space in the team, because she's probably one of the few players that can hit a ball with both feet. I mean, her first goal, top corner. You don't really see many goals like that, do you?
It was pure power. It was pure power from where she was. And when you looked at even the way Viv broke through that midfield, that's old Viv, you know what I mean? Uncatchable, good skills, uncatchable, and then good pass. But from the angle where Mary was, I was expecting Van Domsela to get at least a hand on it, but the power, it rasped it. She rasped it into the net, like a rasping shot it was.
It just seemed like, when, I don't know, I've never really been in these positions, probably more you, Ian, to be honest, but when you're in the box and sometimes you maybe overthink and then the shot's gone, but then you have no option but you shoot. And it's like, actually, I feel as though that's probably one of City's downfalls, is that we don't take opportunities to shoot when there's actually opportunities to do that. And today we did it.
I thought Leslie as well, it's unfortunate because the way she can link the play and hold the ball, if we had people with pace around her, like proper pace, like how you've got a Karen and you've got like Mary Fowler, got good pace, the way she holds the ball, if she had that run at those runners, would be a danger. Because I looked at us a few times, and when Stina did finally make her, I think I saw it like 34 minutes. I think they didn't close Leah down. Leah put a ball over to top to Stina Blackstone. She hit it over the bar. But when you looked at it, there was no one within like 15, 20 yards of her when she went. She was getting to an angle where you're thinking, right, you know what? Instead of trying to shoot here, I'm all off balance. Why don't I try and hold it, turn round, and see who's coming? That kind of football intelligence from a striker of her experience now is something that should have come as second nature. She's running out of space. It's running out. She's getting to an angle. You know what I mean? She should have just kept the ball, recycled it, and
Hmm.
kept us up the field. But again, you know what I mean? Those kind of things, you know, it doesn't, they don't come naturally to her. But
No.
I've got to say as well in respects of the way Viv, I like the way Viv played. I like the way Jill Roord played. They were all.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they were unbelievable, but the time they done certain things, it was really it was quality. I thought
Hmm.
City just looked a little bit more in control. Jess Park started to come into it a bit, you know,
Yeah.
and then even with the second goal, just quick, Steph, you've got to get out to her. You know, you've got to get. She's had 3 touches there to get that shot off.
I think that was the difference in the second half, especially. I think Arsenal started to look a little bit leggy, and that was because City had a lot of the ball and the game started to open up a bit. And I think Arsenal's back four's on the edge of the 18-yard box, and then you get confused because Jess Park's running at the back four,
Yeah,
then Mary Fowler's kind of popped into the pocket.
yeah,
And you're right,
yeah,
normally you would get someone coming up to press her and stuff, but she's so good because in terms of like you don't know which foot to show her
yeah,
on, you don't want to show her left or right. And when she strikes that ball, you're probably thinking, "Where's the keeper?" But
yeah.
the keeper can't see because it's just a
You
snapshot.
know, it was a beauty. It was a beauty, Steph. And even the second one with the way she did have the time, but again, you don't have to hit it clean. You just have to hit it on
Mhm.
target accurately. And you know what I mean? And she'll do that naturally. I wouldn't know if you didn't tell me. I wouldn't know what foot is her
Yeah,
strong foot. But again, you just think to yourself, while they're getting tired, this is what happens when you get tired. The quality players will take advantage of that. You
yeah.
know,
It
they
was
will take
interesting to see
advantage.
Leah Waltley play a full 90. To be honest, she obviously only came back
Yeah,
last week, but I do think it's interesting that I've been part of them games, especially against Arsenal, where you play them in the league on the Sunday, then you have a cup game or a cup game, then a league game, and it's so hard, like from a mental point of view, to
yeah,
kind of get yourself, especially if you've won the first game. It's so hard to be thinking, okay, we need to kind of replicate that
yeah.
performance, and especially 3 or 4 days
It's
later,
too much.
because it is, and it looked like that from Arsenal's point of view, whereas City had pretty much nothing to lose in that respect. They could go and give it all because of what happened on Sunday.
Yeah,
So I'm actually just buzzing for the girls, to be honest. I think they've showed glimpses of what City can do. Probably
mm.
not enough over the last couple of months, but at the same time, you have some very good players, and if you can get a few players back before the final, it'll be definitely an exciting one.
So, Steph, there was no bunny today. I was thinking, like I put in the group, that are they rushing her back, or I'm not sure because we know that she had a lot of she had some social media problems over the weekend.
I think maybe a little bit of both, to be honest. I think in terms of we know that Bunny hasn't featured that much over the last couple of weeks. She came on against Arsenal 20 minutes ago, which was a mad game. It was so transitional and there was just no control from either team. So we didn't really see the best of her. But
Mm,
I do ultimately think that when you do receive kind of messages like Bunny has, and I've not been privy to their messages, but can only think of what's been sent, which in this day and age, I feel as though we've been speaking about it for absolute years in
mm,
terms of how is this even still possible. But I think that must take a mental toll on someone, especially when it's probably happened previously. And
mm,
I can't imagine how she's feeling. So I really hope that she doesn't let them win.
yeah.
That's for sure. And we need her back on the pitch, especially with this final coming up.
You know, the thing is, though, Steph, just quickly, I'm not going to go too deep on it, but like when you say one of the things that you said, don't let them win. You know what, Steph? They're winning. They
Yeah,
are winning, and it's only when the authorities make sure that they track these people down, like what you saw what happened with Kai Havertz and his wife and the
yeah,
unborn baby, you know, threatened. They're winning as long as the authorities and the powers that be are not chasing them down and giving them the maximum sentence you can give, simply so people can see it won't be tolerated, and that's when it will slow. That's when it will stop. That's when it will slow down, I should say,
yeah.
when when they've got something to fear. But at the moment, it won't stop because they've got nothing to fear, and you know, they're always finding ways to hide. But you know, hopefully Bunny will be all right to play because, like I say, Steph, if they put Bunny into that team, because that looked like a brilliant away performance for me in the way
Yeah.
that they soaked it up, got themselves in front with the quality they had up front, and then when they were in front, they just kind of like slowly just controlled the
It
game.
just looked like this is just from me comparing the two games. I feel as though that City believed in it more tonight. And I think sometimes like in them games it is about who wants it more and who believes in it more. And I do feel as though over that 90 minutes, City showed more promise than Arsenal, which was a little bit different to Sunday's game.
I think that what else they showed is the quality of the striker up front. If
Yeah,
you want to call Mary Fowler striker up front today, but like Mary could have scored 4 today. She scored her 2. The one with which she was offside, I think she just kind of like she let herself zone out and she just
yeah,
drifted into. So if she was sharp and waiting for that shot to come in on the side of the defender, so you're onside, that would have been a goal. And then the penalty. She could have scored 4 goals tonight at a canter.
yeah,
At a canter. But like I was a bit disappointed with, I've got to say, with Emily Fox distribution in the when she gets to the latter parts of the pitch in the final third. I think it's something that if she's not working on, she should be working on. I've watched her now. Sometimes her final pass, her final cross, it just needs to be better. Because
yeah.
when you look at someone like Stina or Leslie who are trying to get in the box, it has to be accurate at the moment. It has to be majorly accurate to get them. And a couple of times it's too far in front, too far behind. You know what I mean? We need to get that precision sorted because we're not creating enough chances and we're not getting enough from fullbacks or wing backs. We
Mhm.
hardly had any width. And so I'm
I
not
think
sure.
that was the difference, to
Yeah,
be honest, right? I
yeah,
feel as though, especially with Caldenti playing in wide today
yeah,
compared to the other game, I feel as though as soon as she was getting the ball in midfield on Sunday, it was like, okay, straight to Russo,
yeah,
straight to Beth Mead
yeah.
and going 1v1. And then you're making fullbacks defend. And I feel as though, especially on the left hand side, I feel as though Fagino made Steph Catley defend quite
Yeah,
a
quite a
bit
bit, yeah. She hugged that
over
line a
the
lot,
two
didn't she? She
games.
stayed out there, she hugged it.
And it allows them pockets then to open up for the
Mm,
likes of Viv and Jill Rod. But why didn't Beth Mead come on? I was surprised that she didn't come
I'm
on.
not sure. I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm not sure.
unless she might be carrying a knock or something. We don't know, do we? Righty, 2 pens in this
I
game.
know. I know.
What are you
I
thinking? Yes or no to them both?
You know what? If I'm gonna be totally honest, I'd probably the City one on foul up was clumsy.
Hmm.
Maybe a little bit clumsy of Kyra. She's going into the box. And she's going it was just she kind of like collided. So I could see
Yeah.
where, it's clumsy, so you can give it for that. But like I don't know how the one what we got. I don't know how that
Rebecca Knack. I feel as though it was a great challenge.
it
She did
was. She
one
got. You
similar
know
on
what? Again,
Sunday.
there's no VAR, so we'd have been able to all see that. She was stretching and it was a last ditch, but she got the ball.
Also, the ball changes direction,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I feel as though maybe that was like justice because of the weekend's penalty, which
Oh
was
yes, jeez, that was.
never ever
Oh,
in a million years a
it
penalty,
was
which
outside.
the whole stadium knew. The lineswoman's there, the referee's there, and also it probably wasn't really a foul. So I'm just like, how is this even still happening?
It's really strange, Steph, because we watched the men's with all the technology, all the VAR,
Yeah.
so we see that, and then we see the one on Sunday, the 2 today. Obviously, I still feel that I would probably have given that one simply because you've got to be more careful going into the box.
Hmm.
Unfortunately for Kyra, but the rest of them, you've gone from seeing the like margins in respects of giving them, and when you don't have it, how much you think to yourself, well, that's there should be, if there's no VAR, they should have a fourth official who can see a video, just say, listen, that was outside the box. Listen, she got a
Yeah.
touch. We don't need to have VAR. Why not the fourth
Yeah.
official do that, Steph? Because you think,
Well, because all the benches have the game on,
yeah,
so they all have the iPads, and
just
it's
just
obviously
simply
all
just
being
show.
filmed.
We don't need all them lot down at Stockley Park. All we need to do is someone's got a video because you watch that back and you say she's actually got a touch. No go, bam, get on with the
Yeah,
game.
exactly. Because all it's obviously every game's recorded and everybody can watch them live, so it doesn't really need to be as big as like VAR or
No,
Stockley Park.
but like because we've got that in play. We've got where people are up there looking at video, so we should be able to just say, yeah, we've got like the fourth
Yeah.
official can have a look at it and say she got a just the fourth official can have just a video on the side.
And also there's so much riding on it. I think people just think, oh yeah, it wasn't a penalty this week. But actually, like, this is a difference between getting to a cup final, getting into Champions League,
Yeah.
trying to avoid relegation. That like the margins are so close now, especially in a 12-team league. It's crazy.
Well, this is why people have, there's got to be accountability for these mistakes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but I'm not going to go too hard on the ladies simply because they haven't got the referees and the assistants haven't got the help that the guys have got, and the guys are still effing it up. So you know what I
Yeah.
mean. At least they're trying their best, but like again, it does change games. It changes games.
It does. But well, yeah, City's in the final.
And I know, I'm so happy for you, Steph.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I'm
guys.
really happy for you because you know what? When I see my team play like that, you know what I mean. But then I see the quality what I saw from Mary Fowler, especially the first goal. Saw some nice flashes of Viv. I like Jill Roord when she gets running with it as well. But then Jess Park, in and around that final third, getting into the box, trying to run with the ball towards the D of the opponent's box is a beautiful thing to watch. She's dangerous.
Yeah.
You
What do you
can
think
see good
about the
things.
final then?
Yeah, you can see things coming with City. Once Bunny comes back, I think it's trouble. It's going to be trouble.
What are we saying in the final then? Chelsea v Manchester City. Who are you going for, Wrighty?
I'm probably going to go.
You've got to stay loyal, don't you?
Yeah.
To Crossways.
I'm going to stay loyal to Crossways, but I've got to go with London.
Oh.
So, Steph, I'm feeling I'm going Chelsea because, you know what I mean, just because of their unbelievable, talented squad. What do you think with City? You fancy yourselves?
I think in a final,
you'll need the full roster, apart from Lauren Henry.
I do feel as though a stronger squad and a lot more players fit would help City, especially in the next couple of weeks. But Chelsea are a great side, but I think we all know anything can happen in a cup final.
You know, I'm worried about Steph. Who on your side with Maria Ramirez? Who's gonna be able to deal with her? And from Chelsea's point of view, if Viv and Jill Roord can get the ball and get to run at them, I feel that you lot can cause them problems if Bunny's playing.
That's the thing. I think obviously Ramirez is a handful, and we've seen that so many times so far this season. But when Bunny's on form and she's getting the service, and obviously City got beat off Chelsea at Stamford Bridge and they didn't really show the best account of themselves. So then there's kind of like, right, okay, we're a little bit of an underdog here, which is crazy to say, but Chelsea have been doing that for a long time now. So I feel as though if we have all the players fit, we have our best side, and we have people that are on form and match winners in the likes of Viv, Jill Roord, Bunny, potentially Hempel, maybe back, Mary, full of confidence and having that belief, then anything's possible. So I'll be supporting the girls. That's a definite.
But what's it called? Hopefully they won't listen to this, and then if you lot win, I can just act like, yeah, I'm Steph's mate, so we can all.
No, I'm going to show them this recording.
We can all be mates together. I didn't really want Chelsea. It's only because I come from London.
You can't just say because you come from London.
So what have I got to be?
Not being Arsenal and everything.
I've got to support them because of our friendship. And my son plays for Manchester City.
Yeah, and your granddaughter probably will soon as well.
You know what? I think it's going to be a good game, and whoever wins, it will be good for me. But obviously, I want you to be happy on the day.
Okay, let's do watch the wrong.
But like the way Chelsea are playing at the moment, I find it difficult to see anybody beating them.
Oh, there's a long time to the final, so we'll see.
We'll see how it goes there. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, well, thanks everybody, and we will see you next week.
Yes, we will. Thanks for listening to our emergency pod after the game.
Hope you like it.
Take it easy.